You're watching the Bear Dice Club.
So I was telling Justin about
Hello,
this.
everybody.
I want to be a net
Hello.
runner in the cyberpunk
Um,
tabletop. Doodly-doo.
What were you telling Justin?
Hey,
there's
Sammy.
a
So
There's
sadly.
there's a Kickstarter I want to put into that I want to get the GM version for, but it's a game system based on the Cosmere system or Cosmere world of Brandon Sanderson's books.
I don't know what that is.
That's the thing. And I was like, I don't know if I could build interest in these games because I'm the only one that seems to really know the world, but it could be fun just to introduce y'all to the world that way.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. What's the whole what's the crux of the setting?
So the basic
Was that you, Aaron?
so the basic concept of the Cosmere is that he wanted to write a bunch of stories that were loosely connected, as in they were part of like an overarching universe, but with minimal connection. Like he would leave hints in each book towards other books, like characters that would cross over or items in that world that were showing up as like rare things in other worlds, stuff like that. But there's a lot of excellent books that take place in the Cosmere, and it from what I understand, the tabletop he made is excellent, and it seems like it'd be a lot of fun.
That way we can see Sappy's chat.
Are there any other
gotcha,
games that anyone has been interested in? Whoa!
Hey!
Wait, we have more than one person? Okay.
Not really.
Well,
Oh,
shit. I don't know if I'm comfortable with this.
The
I am.
more than
That's
one
just too much
person,
pressure.
it does include us.
It's
It's
excellent
Moon.
pressure.
Well, hello, Moon
Wait.
and Ari. Ari.
Friends
Oh,
of
you're
Sappy
bringing
are
people
friends
in.
of ours.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Well, welcome to everybody. We're very welcoming.
This isn't everybody.
Unless you're kind of a dick, in which case, go away.
I've never
I
been
can't
to
imagine
everybody.
that's the case. Sappy seems like a good judge of character.
I trust
Mostly
Sappy.
I say that because they seem to like me, and you know what? that means that they have to be.
If you like me, you're a great judge of character. If you don't,
That was logic.
fuck.
I feel like
yeah. Before
no
we
one
get
would
started, we are getting
admit
close
they're
to
a
the
dick.
end of this campaign. Are there any other systems that anyone else is interested in?
I would love to lead a one shot on Delta Green. I haven't said that one for a while, but just to dip our toes in the pool, you know.
I'm
just
not
to
sure
give
what
it a
that
try.
one is.
It's a
No,
modern
it's,
day
Strain of
Call of
THC.
Cthulhu.
Oh, that's
thing.
right. Yeah, it's a Call of Cthulhu. You've told me about that one
You
before.
are a agent fighting the paranormal bullshit that threatens the world.
Sounds
It's
very
kind of like an
SCP.
SCP type agent.
I knew it. A Foundation troop.
I for a long time have wanted to run Shadowrun, but that's
Ooh.
because the setting is absolutely batshit, and it seems like a lot of fun.
Shane, I don't know.
I've
how
heard a
to
lot
tell
of
you
good stuff
this,
about
but,
Shadowrun.
Shadows
I
can't
would
run.
be very interested to try it.
Do you think you'd ever like to do Cyberpunk there, Saul?
Oh yeah, I'd love to do Cyberpunk.
Paranormal
I love that world.
Order
I love
Quarantine.
that, like,
no,
aesthetic.
that sounds interesting though.
Do they have like a modern version of Cyberpunk, or would we be playing the ancient version?
Oh no, that's the the tabletop show you talked about. Yes, I did actually watch part of like the first episode, and it is really cool. Whatever like program they're using to like move characters around is awesome. I've never seen a tabletop show like that before.
Yeah, to answer
want
your
it.
question, Thomas, the most recent update is November 14th of 2020 called Cyberpunk Red.
Yes.
So they
I
do
want
have a fairly
whatever
recent
program they're using. I want it injected into my blood.
I'm kind of intrigued now. You really built the hype there, bud.
Be careful injecting random stuff into your blood chain. You might get a computer virus.
No, we're not playing Cyberpunk.
It's a computer virus. It happens.
So the other one that I'm interested in trying, and they
Blackwall.
do have the playtest out at the moment, is running Starfinder. I think sounds really fun.
Oh, hell yeah. I've never done like a
Where's that?
futuristic game
There is
before.
interstellar travel rules for Starfinder where it takes literal years.
I know. The fun part about Starfinder is that it takes place in the same universe as Pathfinder, but Galarian is just missing for some reason.
No.
Starfinder 2E.
you know, it's
There's going to be like
features and
crossover.
Get lost in a
I love that
timeline somewhere.
Pathfinder
Potential
It
there.
happens.
has planets.
It does have planets, yes.
Most
It's very
things
much
have
all
planets
about
I
are
that.
also
great.
love that you can transport via plants to another planet.
Transport
as you're
via
aware of
I
planet.
think
that
that's
planet.
kind of how the elves did it in
To get from their planet. Which
yeah, because
forget the name.
elves is aliens in Pathfinder.
Yeah. What's it?
Also in the
Castrovel or
Muppets.
something? Is that their planet?
Also in
Castrovel?
what?
The Muppets. Alf, alien life form.
First of all, Alf's not. I mean, technically he
Not
is
a
a Muppet,
Muppet.
but I don't think he's a Jim Henson Muppet.
He is a puppet, but I don't think he's a Muppet.
Well,
What was Alf in? Alf was with like Kermit and all that, right?
I
Gonzo?
don't.
I don't think
No.
so. Also, Muppet just means
Guy
marionette
named
puppet.
Paul, and I'm gonna pronounce this wrong. A guy named Paul Fusco created him.
Insecticide.
I could have sworn I've seen Alf and Gonzo in the same movie.
Estrangero?
Estrangero. They mentioned that the last time.
I'm sure butchering this. I apologize, Sappy, for being
butching.
just a big dumb mouth with a stupid tongue.
Estrangero.
Estrangero.
I just made that up. I don't know if it's right. It
I
sounded good in
think
my head.
that's maybe how you say it, but I'm not gonna fucking bet the farm on that one. Okay, what do you say we do like a game or
farm?
something? Alf is
Hell
not a
yeah,
Muppet.
let's do
See, I
it.
told you. Estrangero means
That's
foreigner.
what I said.
All right, cue the
All
music.
right. So last time, more shenanigans with Sem. She talked a lot to Simon. He had a lot to say to her. You guys found out some exposition about a whole bunch of stuff. I hope someone was taking notes. If not, we have videos now, so you know that fucking helps, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yes, many
It's weird. Justin
many
still
interesting
is
things
technically the factotum.
What's the factotum?
Justin,
The
apparently.
chronicler.
Oh yes.
So Justin was the one
Man
that
with
would
the
always
notebook.
keep like the detailed notes. He had like a notebook or a OneDrive full of it.
Yes.
But now he's the one that does the recording.
Hi,
So
Sherry.
even though he's not manually making notes, he is still somehow the factotum.
Sari.
It's in character for
Is
me
that like
not to
Siri?
know things.
I'm gonna guess no. Unless, Sappy, have you been friends with robots this whole time and you didn't tell me? Because I will be so upset.
You're friends with robots, Shane. You're friends with the AI director.
You know what? That's true.
You know, you have gone on record as saying you are not the AI, you are not a robot. You just tell them what to do. So, which
This is
it?
your fault.
I have to keep up appearances so that I am not run out of town.
God damn it. That's
You're ruining my wife's money stream.
My money stream. His wife's money stream. Hey, I'm not doing it.
They are
alright?
very busy. Hey,
Whoa!
Sari, thank you for joining us. I don't know what Sappy has told you about how entertaining our streams are, but I promise nothing and often deliver less. Let's fucking get started.
Let's go. Please.
Keep your hopes
All the
high and your
time.
expectations low.
That's right.
All I gotta say, guys, is Knox frequently sleeps. It's a character trait.
Yeah, it's a character trait because Saul often
Anyways.
doesn't pay attention or has to put his son to bed.
So, yeah. You have no headphones on. Well, thank you for joining us regardless.
Don't listen smarter 'cause I try
You know,
harder.
it'll be good to have people in there typing.
Well, if you like our funny faces and silly antics, you can go back and watch us because it's recorded.
But yes, so exposition was had, and then the prince sent Sem out on a mission to find the last
Solo
of
mission.
the gems and bring it to him.
Of course,
Yes,
it's
a solo
mission. You're the
mission.
one
And
there.
as it turns out, it was a mission that really only Sem could do because it required tunneling into pure stone underneath a magical portal that they did not have the necessary items to get into.
It was also a Sem solo mission because there were many solo cups and Sem drank much.
No.
Nope, I
Sem
couldn't
knows
work that
better
into
than
a
to get
joke.
drunk.
Sem can't get drunk. She's immune to poison.
During a mission. Can't be drunk and
Sem
start
can
throwing
choose
fireballs
to be
and stuff.
drunk.
Sam is an high alcohol content box wine kind of girl. See, that's it. No solo cups.
I
So,
fill you up. Let's have a
We
pot.
Sem did manage to find her way. She managed to sneak her way through the halls of the castle and get to the throne room without being detected by turning into tiny little mouse, I believe, and having a
Bird.
Sparrow.
tiny little bird, and
Little
having
willow.
it delivered outside of the throne room somewhere. At which point she was able to fly into the throne room proper and cast the spell that would burrow her down into the underground necromancy laboratory that was shown to you guys earlier. She snuck into the laboratory, was able to locate the gem with a use of detect magic, and as she was sneaking up, she saw a familiar green gigantic face attached to an even more gigantic body.
Familiar green pile of man.
Yes. So that is
It's
where we
Kermit the
join
Frog.
up with Sem continuing to try and sneak with an orc you guys know as William lazing about on a bench within the laboratory. So, Sem, what do you plan on doing?
Is he like conscious? Is he awake? Or is he just like snoozing?
He's just lazing there.
He is awake, but he does look very bored.
And what will you do, our little sparrow lady?
So stealth check.
Yes,
we're gonna
Knox
move
is
back.
drunk on fermented fish wine.
Fish liquor.
That's right, fish liquor. So what's Sem up to?
We're moving back.
Okay.
Here.
Um. Do.
You all look yellow to me. in the
Sam, you
chat.
roll high enough to hear William fart from the other room, and he has a little chuckle about it to himself.
He probably likes the way it echoes.
Yes, he very much does.
Cool.
does.
So we're gonna wild shift,
Okay.
drink the potion, and shift back.
Okay.
Does he shout into the echoey room, "You're an idiot," and hear back, "I'm an idiot"?
Idiot.
You go invisibly.
Invisible.
The best
Cool.
kind of bird.
Now we're gonna stealth as sneaky as I can. We're gonna
Sneaky
do
bird lady.
this.
Okay, so you're gonna need to move half speed, but if you're moving at so yeah, you'd be able to make it there within like 1 round and check out the
I'd go the other way around though.
I mean either way. Yeah, you might want to go.
More sneaky like.
Yeah, that's still the same amount of distance, 55 feet. Or no, wait, you can only go 25 feet. So yeah, it'd take you a couple of rounds. I do believe you have 10 minutes though, so.
Burgers, 54
How big is
fries.
this rock?
You've seen them before. They're like palm sized. They're not like huge or anything. I would
So
say like
enough
gnome
for-
palm sized, yeah.
Enough for a bird to grab.
I would say, yeah, it's the size of like a. I mean, you said that you were a fairly small bird, like a grackle or something like that. I think they can usually pick up like pebbles and stuff, though, right?
It could be carried by an
Yeah.
African swallow.
But African swallows are non-migratory.
Low hanging fruit there. Perhaps 2 birds held it together, suspended on a line.
Ooh, $10 whole dollars. Eric, you're looking kind of sexy. I'm gotta say. Ooh.
I'm
I
rich.
find myself. Do also make me a stealth check if you would.
It's not letting me push the button.
Are you pushing the right button? The little dice
Yes,
button?
it's. Hang on.
Push the button.
Oh,
That's a really good fucking. Even
Well,
without.
plus, so it's 43 plus whatever bonus I get from being invisible.
I believe it's a
40.
plus 20, so you're at like a 60.
20.
20.
Yeah.
It's 40 if you're not moving, it's 20 if you are moving.
Or if you have certain feats.
Yes.
Certain feet.
Because that armor check penalty is still there, even though I'm not wearing armor.
Oh,
It's weird.
oh well. We can add 3.
He rolled a pretty good perception check, but it's not going to beat a 60.
Say, driven nat 20. I don't know about that.
It was
Even with a
really
nat-
close. I'll tell you that much. It was really close.
Even with a nat 20, like I don't think that would do
Hey,
it.
If he had gotten a nat
Sammy's
20,
gonna-
I don't think he would have noticed you, but there probably would have been a hiccup in your whole plan.
With a hiccup.
Oh my god, yes! Collect the points. Make Justin. We haven't had Justin break out an instrument in a while. He did saxophone at one point.
Yep, that was it.
Good old sexy sax man.
I may need a moment to put something together. You can cash in. I'll give you an IOU. The way I'll do
Nah,
it,
man,
I'll
you just
probably
need to
have
have your
either my
guitar
character
nearby
or an
at all
NPC suddenly like do something in game. I think that'd be more interesting.
Just hear a bard off in the corner. Bravely bold Sir Robin. No.
Yes, I think there's also like hero points where you can have us re-roll something, or have the bad guys re-roll something.
Yeah, you have an anti-hero point.
Yes,
I do. It's a villain point. Yeah.
I was about to say that's definitely not an
Point.
anti-hero point.
That's devious.
Okay.
I don't like that.
I grabbed the thing.
It is locked, so you know there is that.
I can't go into the cage. I'm not small enough.
You are, but
audience.
it's going to take some squeezing. So I'm going to say you're going to need to make an acrobatics check to squeeze through those bars.
You're pretty dexterous, I think. Come on,
Yeah,
sit.
it's not letting me use the.
And maybe you need to.
Ugh.
You might need to refresh. Otherwise, if you want, I can hit the button for you.
+6.
Damn, you were rolling
Ooh.
fucking rocks today. All right, yeah, 22.
22?
Yeah, you managed to squeeze through
Does your armor check probably
you are-
affect that too?
inside the cage.
Oh yeah, it's a 25. What the fuck?
Oh, it is a 25. That's
Armor
right.
check penalty.
Yeah,
Okay.
just you got to keep just keep reminding me that the armor check penalty thing. I don't know what the deal with that is.
Hey, Shane,
What?
there's an armor check penalty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
welcome.
and then I'm
Just
going
doing my
to
part.
use
I'm doing my
my last wild shape of the day. To
Okay,
pop
so you're going to
no mode.
okay.
Mode.
Remember, this is greater invisibility.
It
I can do that.
is greater invisibility.
Pretty good.
When you shapeshift into a gnome, William immediately stands up. He goes, "Who's there? What's going on?"
Why would he know?
Let's go ahead
Spell
and
like
roll.
ability. I don't need to use. I don't need to.
Initiative.
There's no verbal component.
That's not what it is.
He's got a
Okay,
trick.
well then I grab the stone, put it in the Pathfinder pouch, and then switch back to a invisible bird.
All right. I want you to make a. So, are you just grabbing the stone?
As opposed to what? What else is in there with me?
No, I just wanna make sure that I'm getting this correct. You're just grabbing it, putting it in the pouch.
Putting it in the Pathfinder pouch and then switching back to a bird. Yeah.
Well, I think item interaction would be a move action. So
You have like one phase shift or whatever, right? Left for the day?
Yes.
I think you had one left.
So I would say that yes, you could do
I
all
had
that
one wild
in
shape.
one round.
Mm.
As you are doing that, William comes over to the cage and he starts looking in there. He's like, "Oh, stone gone! Oh, who's in there? Oh, they're gone now too. What? Oh no! Oh God, what happened? Oh no! Oh, oh no!
He has to be at his maximum movement at this point. Where does he end?
Never
Here
never
we
go full
We'll
arc.
just,
That's all I'm saying.
We're just gonna go there.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
I've been waiting this whole campaign to like actually get to experience William. He's only been gotten taste for this whole thing. Like,
Yeah, he's just kind of running around and freaking out. But yeah,
We always kind of avoid.
if you want, you can make a sense motive check.
mhm.
Oh god, oh crap.
Is this a free sense motive check?
Yes, I will say it's a free sense motive check.
Sense motive.
Teresa gonna kill me.
Okay, 20. You did hear him say that whatever was in there, that not only was the stone gone, but whatever was in there is gone as soon as you did your wild shape. You did
So
say
there's
that you're
more than one thing.
shape-shifting back into the bird, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wonder if it's like a pressure plate. Interesting. Anyway, we're gonna stealth our way back out of here.
Or make me another acrobatics check. $20.
20.
$20 is exactly the DC that I set for that.
Oh,
Yes.
he's beating
I
his
figured
meat.
as much.
Fuck
So,
yeah.
yeah, you managed to get back out. You do ruffle some feathers on your way back out.
Probably a little nervous about William being alert.
You see William looking through his pack to find shiny things that he might be able to replace it with.
Oh no.
He's like, no,
Some feels
not
a little
shiny, not red. Oh, no.
Teresa gonna kill me.
Oh, shiny lady gonna be so mad.
Oh, poor William. I want to pat him on the head. Tell him it's gonna be all right.
So yeah, you managed to get out.
Sam,
You
look what you
do
did to poor
see-
William.
You don't know anything.
As William is going through his pack of stuff, you do eventually see him pull out a small seashell.
Oh god.
$47 total for stealth check.
Mhm.
Stealth, yeah.
Yes. Okay, yeah. So you start. Are you walking or are you flying?
Flying. That way
You
we could just move straight.
are flying. Okay. So he is still yelling to himself. You do see as you're flying by, he takes the seashell. He goes, "Oh, the stone is gone. It was here, then it wasn't. There was someone here. It only folded for a second. I don't know. Oh, help!"
Oh no.
Poor William.
So
We're gonna fly up out of the holes.
you're able to fly. Just 100 feet will get you just to about where you were. I actually think that you dropped in right about here.
Mhm.
But you did make the hole straight down, so I am going to need a fly check for you to get back through the hole.
It's one of my best checks.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, I actually have to look this up now.
29.
So 29. Fly up at a greater than 45-degree angle. DC is 20, and I do believe that you have what I believe probably like a good
It would be one step below perfect as it's a flying
yeah,
bird.
good. So that would be a +4. So 33, yes. I think that 33 will get you back out of the hole
I
without
think
incident.
33 beats a 20.
Hell yeah, I did something cool.
How dare you?
Poor William. He's a
Yeah,
good
you just
boy.
hear as you fly up the hole, you just hear William like actually crying, like, "No, I was doing a good job. No."
Oh,
Poor buddy.
It'll be okay.
So, yes, you fly back out of the hole that you created. up into the castle proper. You do still have to get back through the castle. You unfortunately weren't able to see all of the twists and turns that the what do you call it? The servant took you through on the back path. You could try
Seems
and
like an
recreate
oversight
it.
is to secure a return route.
What was that?
I said it seems like an oversight as to secure a return route.
I know. So you can either try and find your way with the direct path, or you can try and recreate the indirect path through however it is you whatever it is you were able to pick up while under the tray.
Forge your own path. Don't listen to him.
I mean, whatever we were able to pick up.
Whatever you were able to pick up while you were sitting
Oh,
as
as
a
in
bird.
like, oh, it feels like we're turning right.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, I'm invisible. I was like, where am I? Right here. I'm right
Staring
there.
at her hands that she can't see. Where am I?
Oh.
Holds up her.
I have to use
flight
my
feathers
checks from
left,
the actual
right.
character sheet instead of like the drop down, which is weird.
Slams into a wall.
Oh, see, that's what I always use my character sheet. I just find it easier.
Oh,
that
do I
way.
have no direction?
You know the vague direction. So,
No, just I have the spell no direction prepared. I do.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
No. Direction.
Baby, you light up. Wait, no, it's One Direction.
Survival.
Hey, you're missing a letter there.
Pretty good survival check. Yeah, you're like, okay,
29.
I know I need to go essentially like I would say that you're probably heading in a southeasterly direction from where you are right now.
I suppose the good part about being a bird is that you can magnetically geolocate, so you'll always know which way north is.
I mean, I think that
Or
works
whatever.
in
Or however they do
in
it.
like the sense of like long distances. I don't know that it's like a GPS that will be like, oh yeah, the Shake Shack is like 2 blocks northeast from here.
No,
No,
I'm
that
not
shit will
saying-
get you to McDonald's, dude.
You follow bird. They always go to McDonald's. No, it's less like
Beagles.
it's less like that. Yeah, right. It's less that they have a GPS in their beak. It's more. The theory is that they can use like the
They have a sixth sense. They have like
Yeah.
a magnet sense.
magnet sense that can always tell which way is north. So they always have a compass, quote unquote.
Well, which way the magnetic poles are located on the.
Yeah. Sorry, it was a throwaway line, and now it caused issues. Classic AI problem, really.
Anyways, so yes, you know which way you're going. Which route are you taking? Are you taking the direct route or are you taking the back way?
Taking the one that goes by Chick-fil-A.
Ah, shit! It's Sunday.
Okay,
Aaron
so we
is
move that direction.
No,
How
Eric.
successful am I?
No, I was just asking you. You know which direction you need to head, but are you taking the direct route, like through the hallways of the castle proper, or are you taking the back way through like the servants' entrances and exits and all that stuff?
Oh, the way that would be, or that would have less eyes. So probably the servant quarters. or the
Okay, so
servant
so
tunnel.
you're going through the servants' quarters.
Probably a higher
Um,
DC, but less risky of getting
yes.
discovered, I would think.
So here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to have you roll, instead of an intelligence check, you're not trying to remember. You're trying to remember based on your senses. So I want you to give me a raw wisdom check.
I'm good at that.
I like my wisdom raw.
And wriggling.
Attributes.
Goth is best served
Wisdom.
live, after all.
Don't call ISIS.
20.
Oh no. 20. You're like, oh yeah, and then like there's like a left here. You're doing a pretty damn good job. You're like feeling pretty confident about this whole thing. Like you're like, oh yeah, and then I remember there was a weird stink here. Oh man, there's Counselor Stinkyfoot. Ah, that was the stink I remember. Now I need to go this way.
You're stinky.
I remember that.
It's Chancellor Bad Breath.
That's right. All right, give me another
Chancellor
raw
Bad Breath.
wisdom check to help get you back there.
Admiral Athlete's Foot.
I'm curious, Eric. Are you talking about the goddess ISIS or the terrorist organization?
As
I
you
think there's it's probably just someone they know.
as
Oh, it's
you
probably a
keep
character.
heading back, you get a little bit lost. You got a little bit turned around. It seems like you went through like at one point you went through like a hall, like a larger hall type room that has a bunch of different doors in it, and you're like trying to get through each one. Like they're all like closed, and you are a bird, and it is hard for birds to get through doors. So you're just kind of like sitting there pecking at them, trying to get someone to open them.
Let in the bird.
Go ahead and roll me another wisdom check to see if you can find an alternate route.
Could an intelligent bird open a door?
What about
17.
what about Sem makes you think she's an intelligent bird?
I don't like
You don't
these private
dumb,
roll
right?
dice.
All right.
Does 104 beat your AC?
As you're sitting in that hall, from behind you, you just hear this sound like as the door behind you crashes in, and in
Might have been
runs
more right than I
William
thought.
through the door, and you almost shit your pants. Your non-existent
your
pants. You leave a small bird present on the carpet that is invisible at the
I
moment.
can't make a fortitude save
No, it's funnier
or a
if you don't.
sphincter reflex save.
You don't have a sphincter. You make a great use of your new cloaca.
But then William
Well,
does
wait,
his
in
foot
fact
is the
crash
size of
through
your
the other
entire
end of the
body.
door, other end of the hall, and opens up the door for you, and you are able to continue onward. So at this point, I think
So
you've
now I'm
used about
behind him.
I think you've used about like half of the invisibility that you were able to get. So you can keep going at this point. Give me you do continue on as William turns down like a separate hallway. So go ahead and roll another wisdom check for me.
You make rolls for each of those doors, Shane? We gotta establish some rules here. No, I'm kidding.
God, it wanted to be a 19.
Yeah, you got turned around from the gigantic green freight train that just passed by you.
you got caught in his wake. It threw you around.
Hulk, mash.
Not like I wouldn't recognize which direction I was going.
Go ahead and make actually, you know what?
What are you looking at, Drax? You looking at my Cyclops?
And
My cat has recognized something on my desk. Oh, what?
so, as you are flying by through some of these hallways, you, for like the faintest second, It almost doesn't register. But you catch like a small puff of smoke slowly rising into the air. And you realize that in the room that you're currently flying through is the man who kicked this whole thing off. You see a man with a pipe just sort of like silently observing things in the shadows going... As Peter is standing, it looks like has just come into this room, looking around for you.
I didn't know our Underdark servant
The
smoked a
rogue
pipe.
guy, right?
Peter is not Peter.
Yes, I made the absolute fucking ridiculous bungle of naming two characters nearly the same thing. But
It happens.
to be fair, I
Advantage
have
of
had
it.
to come up with like hundreds of names for this campaign, most of which were never heard again.
Yeah.
I played Elden Ring. It's fine.
I'm taking advantage of your bungle, you fool. Anyway,
Margaret, Margot. Like, come on, guy. Like, what
well,
am
there's a whole story reason, but thanks, George R.
I know. It's so confusing.
At any rate,
Think of a different story reason and make their names more different.
But
They're twins who are actually the same person, or two parts of a person, but they were never actually one person.
anyway, Peter with the pipe is sitting there
yes,
grousing.
so you see him kind of like looking around at all. Are you going to do anything while he's standing there at all?
Continue moving toward the.
Are you
way I
going to
think I need
continue
to
moving
go?
at full speed?
No, we're gonna stealth check.
You're gonna stealth check. So you're just gonna kind of like, are you gonna slow down and just kind of like glide through the room? Is what I'm guessing.
Owl glide. Should have been an owl.
Owls are real quiet flyers.
All right.
34.
34.
No, 54.
Yes.
If I'm still invisible.
So yeah, you kind of just glide through without flapping your wings. It seems like he wasn't able to spot you as you continue making your way through the castle. But yeah, it seems like they definitely know that the area of the castle that you're in, they basically know the exact route that you're going to be taking. And it seems like they have, they are searching through each area systematically trying to find you. So, I think we're going to do one. I think you're up to down to 4 minutes or 3 minutes at this point.
What's that?
Said your invisibility, is it down to 4 minutes or 3 minutes at this point?
I don't know. How much time has passed?
I think we're down to 3. So, we're going to make one last check here to see whether or not you get to Simon.
Can I do a survival check instead of wisdom? Because it's a better bonus.
Nope, this one's going to be a wisdom check. You would have been able to do survival had you taken the main route, but
Oh, you son of a bitch.
you would have had much better chances of people running into you.
You could have did the better roll, but no,
Yeah,
no,
now that
that's
you're a little bit freaked out because you know people are looking for you and you know that they could literally be behind any one of these doors. So you get a little bit turned around. You're not sure where it is you're going. You kind of like are like, huh? Do I go this? You have your face turned and you actually run into a wall at one point. You're like, ah, shit, fuck.
Check your corners. Keep your crosshair at head height. You'll be fine.
Doors and corners,
Down to
kid. That's how they
2
get you.
minutes. Give me another wisdom check to see whether or not you
Or
can
a
find your way
window?
there.
I really need some of you guys to read The Expanse just so I can make references and you guys
Can I
get it.
watch
There-
The Expanse?
No.
Is there a window?
There are plenty of windows, but you know that there's no windows in the waiting room that you're trying to get to.
Knox doesn't know how to read, so I don't.
There's no smoking in the men's room or boys' room. Because everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school.
Sema's having the thought of, well, I could fly back in the window that I found those servants in the first place and have them take me back.
You don't know if those servants are like the only part of the reason that the servants were there is that they were watching the fight that you guys were having.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay, what do I do now?
Give me another wisdom check. You're trying to get there before.
There we go.
Yeah, you are fucking just absolutely killing it with the rolls tonight, which you know means that
No,
you're gonna
I'm
roll
not.
like
Two nines
absolute.
in a row.
Yeah, well, that was a little bit rough, but everything else has been fucking coming up Millhouse as far as you're concerned. But yes,
What's wrong? Afraid you'll like it?
you know that means you're gonna roll like trash tomorrow.
Dang.
Every game.
Back to there.
But you do finally make it back to the waiting room. You dive
yes.
inside. And inside, having actually stepped out of the tower, Simon is in there waiting for you. It's like,
Simon?
yes, Simon has stepped out of the...
You mean Lyndon?
Or Lyndon, sorry, fuck, too many people.
Okay.
Too many princes. Yes, Lyndon is in there waiting for you.
There's two.
Am I invisible?
I suppose
You
two
are
should-
still invisible at this point, but you can dismiss it if you would like.
Should have just named him Simon and Garth.
It would have been
Could've named
easier.
him- Could have named him Simon and Belmont.
Simone and Toomba.
I'm gonna do a perception check first, just to see if he's the only one in there.
Give me a
Just to be
perception.
on the safe side.
All right.
Perception.
3?
30.
You do not you cannot see or detect
else.
anyone in the room at the moment.
Okay, so I'm gonna pop out of invisibility and then switch back to gnome form.
Okay. You
But
pop
I'm gonna
out.
do that thing where like you know when you're after you're done running, you just like put your hands on your knees, kind of in a sort of crouching position. You're like, so
He's
So
all
tired.
doubled over.
He's
Get
like,
you.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi.
Oh, that was quite the entrance, if I'm being quite honest. Were you successful? Did you manage to grab the
I got
stone?
Hey, we gotta put in the thing.
Yes, please come with. He literally like scoops you up like under his arm as you're like is like still trying to catch your breath and walks through the dark like threshold of the door.
Hooray!
Then you can finally do your American Eagle screech. You've been waiting for so long to do it.
What's the music when you beat a Metal Gear Solid level?
Metal Gear Solid level.
She did a super stealth thing. She gets to be Snake.
Crab battle.
I don't know that there's music for like beating a level in Metal Gear Solid.
Is there no victory music? That's lame.
No, because it's like one interconnected
Oh,
story.
so the camera zooms out.
Yes,
and then
Eric,
you
I
hear-
apologize. This is confusing. We are literally entering like the final handful of sessions at the end of a years-long campaign. I do not expect you to have
tell you.
any idea what the fuck is going on. But I hope you are still entertained by me making funny noises with my face.
To be entirely frank, half of us don't really know what's going on half the time.
Well, you guys should take better notes. Or at
What-
least
what
read
is this,
Justin's
school?
notes. He seems to have an idea what's happening most of the time.
Yeah.
What is this, school?
Knox reads on a 4th grade level. You want me to take notes?
Jeff guy, he's a scholar though.
Yeah, that Jeff
Jeff
guy, he
will
knows
be-
everything.
Jeff
guy
was
takes
reading
notes.
near a book.
So,
The door.
yes, you guys head into the tower. He's like, yes. Whew. So, do you have it for me?
Oh God, maybe I should have went to the. Yeah, sure. She'll hand it
Sam's
over.
got rock regret.
You hand it over to him.
Hesitantly so, but yeah.
He takes it from you and he's like, thank you.
And he turns into Doctor Doom. What have you done? No, I'm kidding.
He takes it.
Yeah,
Puts all
sorry,
the stones
I'm
into
on my
a
puppet account
gauntlet.
because I'm at my office, so I can't have a camera on because there's. Yeah, I just can't have a camera on in my office.
Digital Sam is cute though. So yes, he takes it. He goes over to the little stone magic item obelisk thing. He places it in there, and it glows. And you see now that all of the stones are in there. It is just thrumming.
Like bobs up and down, slowly rotates counterclockwise.
No, but it doesn't actually move, but the stone's sitting in there, and you see like all of these lights mixing together. It's just sort of like thrumming with power, and he turns to you. He's like,
Rainbow.
thank you. You've done a fantastic job, my little firelight.
What the fuck?
I told you that I told you that I would show you where that I would tell you where your master is, but
Of course I know it.
I can actually show you.
And Kenobi?
I have relied on you a lot throughout this whole ordeal. I felt like I could trust you. I felt like we were sort of kindred spirits, you and I. Almost like brother and sister, you could say. As he's saying this, he walks over to the tree in the center of the room. He plucks down a leaf. If you want, go ahead and make a nature check.
Oh God, I'm bad at this. Comparatively so. Oh, that's not bad.
That's definitely going to be enough. You notice that the leaf that he pulls down, it's not one of the leaves off of the tree. It's actually a sprig of holly. As he continues over to the trunk of the tree, you see he takes it and he places his hand on the trunk of the tree itself. And as he does so, he casts a spell that you know very well. One that you have cast many times before. He casts the spell Wood Shape. As he does so, the trunk of the tree, the bark starts folding back on itself. And sitting inside of the tree, hands and legs still bound, is your master.
Bound? Oh my God.
Yep, arms and legs still like held within the tree. Basically, you're just seeing his head and torso uncovered. He looks at you and he just goes, "Well, long time no see, huh?"
Like bound as in like he's captured?
Yes. The bark itself like pulled away. The wood from the tree basically like moved away and uncovered him, basically lying within the trunk of this tree.
And who spoke?
Silrin spoke to you saying, "Long time no see, kid."
You get trapped in there?
Mhm.
This is the only way to get him out?
Yeah, I think Sem is just gonna be unable to really speak at this point because it's like he's been there this whole time, right? But he's captive.
These are all.
But he doesn't seem to be upset.
These are all excellent questions that you could ask to the two other people in the room with you right now.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Sem doesn't know what to say.
He turns over to Elle and asks, "Oh shit, he's not here."
What do they say when they see like the look of shock? Like, is the prince evil? Like, what the hell?
He looks at the shock. The prince looks at the shock on your face, and he's like, "Yes, I could have guessed that that would be your reaction. Silrin and I'm afraid I haven't been entirely honest with you, though I promise I have not lied to you at all, but, Silrin and I are fairly well acquainted. I also used to call him Master.
Oh, you guys are like cousins.
That's not how cousins work.
From what I've been able to find out from our dear Silrin here, our stories are not entirely all that different. I also was traveling as part of a caravan that was then attacked and was also taken for safekeeping and raised for some time. So as he says this, Silrin's like, "Yeah, what can I say? Bit of a bleeding heart, I guess." Yes, well, you always were a good master. So, here he is. I'm afraid that I am also not the only person that has not told you the whole truth. I imagine you've come across some perhaps interesting things throughout your travels. I discovered, as you know, our master's journals, much the same that you found his before coming here. Is that correct?
It wasn't exactly hidden.
Well, these were. We know our master today as Silrin, but that's not always who he's been. Yeah, well, I've been a lot of things in a lot of places, but that doesn't really have any bearing on who I am now. Oh, but you've had so many wonderful adventures. Please, enlighten her. There was the tiefling who found his way into the mountains. There was the elf that found his way into a forest in the middle of an island. There were so many different places and people that you've been. He looks at you. And he's like, Firelight, listen. That has nothing to do with any of the time that we've spent together.
Tiefling. What?
The tiefling statue in the mountains at the monk temple from a long time ago.
Notes man.
It's where he found the most recent stone.
I found that our master obviously has not always been the person he is. And may not have always held the beliefs that he did. I, after going through his journals, began to agree with some of the beliefs that he held in, one could say, former lives. And so I figured that I could make some changes in this world that I think would help move things toward the natural order. And I wanted to ask you to join me on in this initiative. And you hear your master speak up. He's like, listen, you don't want any part of what he's trying to do here. I've come to a different understanding of the world. It's like, let her decide for herself. I knew of the legacy that my family had created here in Bollenwald. But I also knew of the history that existed here. Many of the places that you have been throughout your travels have held a tree that connected them to the first world. One of those trees exists here as well. He motions to the tree inside of the tower. Once, all around you was a great forest. Probably the largest on the continent, filled with life, connected to the first world, home to many sylvan creatures. But my ancestors tore it down to create what you see around you now. You see he motions over you to follow him over to the table where the maps that you had seen earlier were. Do you go with him?
Sure. Yeah.
He shows you the map and he tells you, I showed you that my family at one time planned to use this city as essentially an arcane battery in order to turn their subjects into undead undead followers. Well, I figured out that with a little bit of tweaking, instead of undead followers, I could use the life energy that is stored within this city to return life to the forest that was once here. And you see he pulls down another sheet of paper that shows the over top the magical circle that was already around the city. And it shows the way that the roots have crawled throughout the city to create a separate magic circle using what you immediately recognize as druidic runes.
Holy crap, he's part of Greenpeace.
We can restore this place to what it once was. It can be beautiful again. And I want you to be a part of that. What say you? And you hear from over at the tree, your master's just like, it's not our call to make. We take care of the forests we live in. These people did what they did to theirs, and they can live with it. It'll all come down, it'll all return to the earth at some point anyways.
Thema's gonna ask Silrin, is this the friend you left to meet? And she's gonna point
kid.
to the prince.
Yeah, kid, it is. I caught wind of what he was planning. He wrote to ask for the artifact that we were keeping in the forest. I thought maybe I could talk some sense into him. But I guess I was responsible for talking the crazy into him in the first place. I want you to know, I want you to believe me, that was a me from a different time.
Talk crazy into you.
Sema's gonna walk away from the map table back toward the tree. And ask again. He's like, if it was that important, why didn't you give me more information to go off of? And kind of with tears in her eyes say, you know how I am. You know that I wouldn't stay there.
You see, as he sees how hurt and betrayed you feel, tears start welling up in his eyes as well. He's like, you gotta believe me. I could not have foreseen what has happened here. I honestly thought I would be back to you in maybe a couple of weeks. I'm not even sure how long it's been being trapped in here, but I've thought about you the entire time. And I want you to know, I am so proud to see all that you've accomplished. I've been listening the whole time, kid.
So, tabletop speaking, like, how much of it is actually
Send get her one phone call.
exposed?
So like I said, it's
Like head and
essentially the
shoulders?
way that it looks is he is still like embedded in the tree. The only parts of him that have been uncovered are like his face and like the top of his torso. Like he just
Like head and shoulders, basically.
yeah, basically like head and like shoulders type of area, just enough that he can like talk to you.
Knees and toes as well.
Head, shoulders, no knees and toes. Knees and toes.
Or are we just talking hair product here?
Turns out there's no dandruff allowed in the tree.
Oh my god. Sam is like running on empty here.
Can we call
Um,
Tuesdays 2E Tuesdays?
Ooh, I like that.
Tuesdays.
Two
Tuesdays.
days.
Tuesdays Day.
Sounds better as 2 words.
I think you're right.
I don't know. I do enjoy saying twee.
Yeah, 2E Tuesday.
2E Tuesday. We spell it Tuuy.
I think we should call it TW Twee Tuesday, and then we can all wear like jackets with elbow pads and stuff.
You'll
No.
never catch me wearing tweed.
Just number a letter. Let's not be ridiculous. Be a little professional.
Twee.
So Sam is gonna continue moving closer, crocodile tears flowing and saying like, you couldn't have, how, I've never met anyone more powerful than you. How can you, why are you, like, she can't form the words, but she's trying to figure out how he's been stuck there this whole time.
You see, you notice that Lyndon walks up behind you and he's like, I think I can answer that. That would be my doing, you see. Within... this is a mage's
Story of a
tower.
girl.
Within here, I control almost everything. And you see he, like, snaps his fingers and, like, books start flying off the wall and, like, rearranging themselves on the shelves. Like, astrolabes and stuff start, like, and, like, models of the galaxy start, like, turning and whatnot.
And he starts going, control the spice,
He's
control
like-
the world, control the spice, control the world.
That's right. And he's like, unfortunately,
Spice
it
must flow.
doesn't matter how powerful you are in here when you're in here with me. It really worked to my advantage, though. I want to thank you for coming to see me. I don't think it would have been able to work without you. I needed the power of an archwizard to be able to grow the roots throughout the city. Getting them... they already existed within the soil of the city. Getting them to grow was an entirely different matter. He is just as responsible for this as I am, and I know that once everything is back to the way that it should be, you will look upon what we have done together, and you will see that it was for the best.
Oh my god, I need backup.
So, come. Join me. He walks over to the relic holding the 4 stones, and he says, with with 2 of us. It should take hardly any time at all.
Don't tell Sam to come, you weirdo.
Wow, dude. Does Siren say anything? Sam hasn't moved.
Silren looks at him, and he looks at you. He's like, I'm begging you, kid. You gotta let people make their own choices. I know how much being free means to you. And that means
Is there any sort of signal that he's giving Sam?
No.
I think Sam is looking at like...
No, he's just saying, I know how much being free means to you. And that means you gotta extend that to everyone else as well.
So, with a look, Sam is trying to convey that she trusts Silren above everyone else. She doesn't want this to occur, but she needs help. She doesn't know what to do.
She needs a soft 10.
I need. Well, I mean, if I can't wood shape to get him out of there.
So you're trying. That's a little bit. That's kind of a lot of meaning to get through to somebody with just a look. I think you're gonna have to. I think you're gonna have to give an answer here in one way or another. Lyndon stands, his hand outstretched to you. Silren looks down at you, eyes pleading at you. You've got to give an answer here.
God, I'm gonna end up. Sam's gonna end up dying. Sam is gonna dive toward the tree. And as she touches the tree, she's going to try to wood shape him out of there.
You cast wood shape.
Mm-hmm.
And for a moment, the bark starts peeling back. But
Lyndon's bark is worse than his bite.
it slowly starts growing back upwards, and he's like, you know, I told you everything that exists within this tower is under
Between
my
the two
control.
of us, we can't undo it.
No, unfortunately not. That's actually why my family went to all the trouble to putting the tree in the tower, which is also going to have to be remedied here shortly. I really had such high hopes for you. I want you to know that. Well,
Man, this is a lot of weight.
I want you to know that
I don't. As a player, I don't know what to do. Like, Sam would want to do anything to save. Like, she doesn't care about the city. She just wants.
You see, he lays his hand down and he starts walking towards you, and he's like, I want you to know 2 things. First, I promise you no harm will come to our master. And second, with two of us.
Sam
this
can't
would've-
even leave without this guy pushing her through the portal, right?
Right.
Yes.
You're trapped.
He says, and the second thing I want you to know, I don't want you getting caught up in this.
Sam is going to
with the
be
two
just
of the with
a,
the two
a
of
ball
us.
of fury and tears, just screaming at him like, "What about the Lich? Is that a lie too?"
No, I do very much plan on destroying this tower, and I imagine the Lich will go along with it.
Lich battery. It just keeps going and going and going.
I want you to know that I don't want you harmed either. With the two of us, it wouldn't have taken long, but with only me, this will take a little while to prepare. I'm not sure how long. We'll see how long what I can do. Stay out of the city for the next 24 to 48 hours. And you see he waves his hand. And as he does so, you find yourself outside the city gates.
He gives you a good spaghetti.
And there they went.
Fuck.
Well,
All right, Sam's going to run to the nearest tree and go back to the village.
Sam. All right. So let's see what you guys have been up to.
I suppose silver lining travel via planets is going to become a lot easier when it comes.
So you guys
to
are just
Fallenwald.
sitting there drinking. You guys are in the town, sitting there drinking. Sem, when you go back to the tree that you left them at, they are nowhere to be found. Let's go.
Was
ahead
Aewen still there
and-
waiting?
No.
Oh, she left
moment,
too. Okay.
Yeah, the moment Sem left, Aewen started stomping back towards the inn, going, "This is fucking stupid cold." Ah.
But yes, Sem, you find yourself
We found a different heat source.
coming
feel
back to the
better.
village alone in the cold.
To be fair,
Yeah. Prepared for the cold, I imagine.
we were screaming through town for Aewen because we wanted her to drink some of
Oh,
this
yep.
booze too.
Yep, that's right.
So she might hear us screaming for Aewen.
Do you think Aewen would have gone and joined them when she heard?
I think when she hears them screaming,
The
she's
town's
just
not
gonna,
that big.
She's gonna like bust out the front door of the inn, going, "What? What in
Drink.
Croyna's name do you want? Are you too
And I'm
drunk?"
just gonna put my flask to her. I'm gonna say, "Drink this,"
Oh, gods, what is that?
and it probably smells like jet fuel.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
why would I
smells
put
like-
that in my body.
It smells like jet fuel and tuna.
An excellent aromatic combo, I must say.
Yes.
Smells like tuna and jet fuel.
So
But mostly jet fuel.
as Sem arrives, what is she doing? She doesn't see anyone.
Screaming, like out of just anger, sorrow, frustration, just top of the lungs, full on, just screams.
This is my moment. Avengers assemble.
Aewen goes, "What's that?" and tries to like distract Knox and knock the flask out of his hand.
No.
Yeah, you guys, I would say you don't even need to make perception checks for this. You would just immediately hear that screaming is happening outside of the village walls.
I think we'd recognize our own friend's scream. So
I'd agree with that statement.
Sam has definitely exclaimed before.
Sam
usually,
has definitely exclaimed before.
usually it's the word fireball I'm hearing, but yes.
Feeble.
Is she
Or
back already?
explosion.
Is Aewen going with him?
Yeah, sorry, I'm having to reload the.
For the rule of
Boundary.
cool, could it just be like the snow around Sem starts to melt just from the
Oh,
Latent
absolutely. Yeah. Sem is basically soaked as you guys walk up as the all of the
Which is a funny coincidence.
all
'cause
of
snow
the
is Knox and
snow
Mrohy.
on the tree has basically melted off and it started like raining down on top of her, and the pine needles have started like curling back as she is just screaming and heat is coming off of her.
Knox is already offering you booze. Because I'm drunk. What do drunk people do? They try to get other people drunk.
Or get into a fight.
We're obviously kind of cheery because we just came back from. I don't know how you. Once we saw you, brother.
The fish liquor hut.
Where the hell you been, huh?
Sem drops to her knees and recounts all of the previous.
Escapade.
Yeah, last episode. Yeah.
Last two or three.
Last couple of episodes. Yeah. So she tells you guys, she recounts everything. She recounts, you know,
weirdly succinct. Like, you're used to Sem telling stories. Some of it is their, details are missing. It's very much colored in her perception, but this is like weirdly succinct, very graphic.
Yeah, so she goes over everything. She goes over, talking with Prince Lyndon. She goes over everything he told her about, working with Simon, what he thought the king's motivations were for finding the stones, what he told her about finding her master. Basically, she's only been getting drips of information here and there, and all of a sudden he just exists. It's a lot. I would say it takes a little while, and by the time she finally gets done with telling you, she has cooled down enough that snow is starting to pile up and form on her as she has been recounting all of this in just her, regular warm weather armor in the middle of the snow.
Aewen will slowly walk up to Sem with like this weirdly unreadable look on her face. And she gives Sem a hug. And she just goes,
"Oh, full
that's for coming
hysterical
back.
Crying.
That's for coming back. If it wasn't for the crying, I would hate you for leaving and not trusting us to help. But you look like you could use a blanket, and I wouldn't drink what's in Knox's flask. I get the feeling it's made from fish." And then she'll try to lead her towards the
Sem
tavern.
has no interest in anything apart from getting back to the city and stopping this evil that she undid.
You make an excellent point. We probably should deal with that.
Yeah, we gotta kick ass.
Well, here's the thing,
names.
you didn't really have good choices, on one hand you had Evil Lich Queen. Yeah, so she would have, turned the whole city into undead army. Yeah, shitty. But then they have the other guy is just gonna turn him into trees, Undead eat people, trees just kind of sit there, so, you ended up with the lesser of two evils, but,
Ernie, both results in, extreme loss of life, right?
Extreme loss of life, but it was the less loss of life. But here's the thing. How are we gonna stop this motherfucker?
Yeah, we can change that. We can fix it.
We can't get in this place, right? That's what you're saying.
She did inform you that it sounded like, for his plan to work, he's going to take down the wizard tower. Essentially, he needs to get the tree back onto its home plane.
Could we potentially break up some of the rune script he needs? Damage some of the roots beneath the ground?
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Sam shakes her head and says, if that's the case, then it'll just turn everyone into undead.
It's true.
Or we just get everyone out, like empty the city.
It won't be fast enough. Besides, they're in a state of civil war. No one will, trust us.
There's too many people.
We just gotta
Well, you
get
know-
everyone to walk on their feet, walk out. That's it.
It sounds to me like we just need to swipe that box and kill the lich, instead of doing the whole lich battery turn people into plants thing, right?
One of the things you guys might not have caught when Sam asked about the lich, he said, I plan on bringing down the tower. I imagine the lich will go with it.
Oh. So
Yep.
what's the sequence of events
Guess
we've
that.
got working here? So he drops the tower so we can get to him. The lich dies, so we just
Lich
need
dies.
to deal with him once the tower goes down.
He pushes the
Well,
Cast the
turn
spell.
everyone into trees
He said-
button.
Judging from the smirk on Shane's face, he said the lich will go with it, meaning go to the normal plane. So I think what's going to end up happening is he breaks down the interdimensional tower. Now the lich is out in the normal plane, so then we have to fight a lich and a crazy druid.
Okay,
I don't know
here's
about
what
that.
I want you guys to ask yourselves. Would an insane druid
Unleash a lich onto the world.
Likely not.
No. I think this guy's had some time to figure shit out. And he's also got a captive, archwizard who's got a very druid background, I guess, in his most recent life anyway. They've probably figured
have
out
any
how
way-
to kill a lich,
Do we have any way to move dimensions? To go to like that place?
You can't get in there.
No, you guys can't get in there.
There's no way.
Essentially,
We've tried. Sam's tried.
to get into especially to get into like a wizard's
If you could find me a door, I
demiplane,
promise you.
takes a lot to do, which is why the king had you guys searching for the artifact the whole time. Because remember, it also being part of essentially shards of other planes, you can also use it essentially as a conduit to move to whichever plane that you want to.
I'm sure Ellis explained all of this to Knox.
Mm-hmm.
And Knox just
Yeah.
he's just like, yeah, it doesn't sound that bad, man. Most doors are pretty easy.
But the wizard did say, or Lyndon did say that without Sem's help, this is going to take some time.
24 to 48 hours.
24 to 48 hours.
So, sequence of action here. He drops
we
the
should
tower,
be there
possibly
The king should know.
encapsulates the lich in something, then casts the spell. So
All right,
there's
here's
gonna
the
be a
thing,
point
though,
after the tower goes down to nab him.
If anyone's going to be getting the people out, who we failed, it'd be the king, right? Could he just
Maybe.
get people out of the city? Who's going to turn into a tree? It just orders like everyone get out.
With the civil war
I mean,
going on,
isn't
I
that
doubt
what we
anyone
just
trusts
did
the
with
city
that
guard?
other village? Like, just do it again, just on a bigger scale.
Does he have a bathroom in his pocket dimension? He's got a tree.
You peeing on the tree? This all magic tree?
Yeah, he
It's
kept
magic
it
urine.
as very.
I'm sure he has a chamber pot, and then he
Yes.
sets it outside, and then the
Yeah.
servants have to take care of that.
But he's got to come out at some point, right?
I want a bathroom in my pocket.
Um,
But where does he come out? He comes out wherever he wants, right? Probably.
you're not sure. You guys, none of you are versed enough in arcane magic to know how
We have an
a
arcane
wizard's
wizard.
tower actually works.
No, we don't.
Hab's
Does
just
he
out
sticks
there.
his-
Literally a block away.
This town has a hab-hab.
If he sticks his hand out of a dimension and we know
You guys
the
could ask
place he
Hab-Hab.
sticks his hand out, I could just grab him and jump in. Now he's touching me.
Would Hab be here after hearing all of this? I would imagine so. Like Hab and Sem are really close.
Yeah, you guys. We could just say that somebody went and grabbed Hab.
I'm not me.
No, I ain't getting him.
Sem was
Not Bernie.
He loves
I grabbed him on my way out the tavern.
Hab
that Robo boy.
is just. So, what are you guys trying to ask him?
I believe Saul was
Justin.
doing questioning.
Hmm?
Justin. Something about how to get in and out of the plane or whatever.
I don't really
Yeah.
see that as us really having much time to
Is it like a location?
figure that
is it-
out.
I mean,
Or does he just come out wherever he wants?
it's a location within the greater cosmological planar
but-
system.
Does his hand stick out in a room somewhere? Do you have to come
Only
back?
within that plane. It doesn't exist anywhere on this plane of reality. It exists in a separate pocket area that does not exist anywhere on Earth on the planet that you would know.
I think what Knox was asking
As you would
is
understand.
like when he interacts with our current plane, is there a specific
Oh,
place where he interacts
well,
with
that's
it?
actually interesting. The requirements of entering and exiting a wizard's tower are set up by the wizard who creates it. So it could have something to do with an item. It could be a phrase or something that transports him to the other plane. It could be. And they're able to set parameters such as bloodlines or race or other things. So it's very like
Another question. If he leaves this plane in this spot next to you, and I like point to the ground, will he come back in this spot?
Not necessarily. He's free to enter and exit from anywhere that he pleases, because it is his plane. Interplanar travel for him is much easier, so he would be able to come out onto whichever plane he would like, and any wizard that is able to create a.
But if he comes back to this plane, he doesn't have to come back from the spot to the spot. he
No,
left
not
it.
necessarily. I mean, depending
That's
on
okay.
how the pocket dimension is set up and which rules were used to do so, and of course the requirements for entering and exiting the specific pocket dimension that the spellcaster has set up.
Wasn't there always a specific door you guys traveled through? Am I crazy?
No,
Sam
there
knows where
was a
that
specific
is.
door that you guys would always go to. Yes.
I don't think Aewen's ever been in this plane.
So is
I
it
think I
tied to
went
that?
once.
Is it tied to that door?
It is tied to the door. The other thing that you guys do know is that whenever you guys went into the tower, Lyndon would grab your hand and physically take you through one by one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He has some kind of object on.
I mean, him is just it's his blood.
Or he just, or he can just do it.
It's based on his bloodline.
But he might
Anybody who
that door.
wants to can make me a knowledge history check if you've got it.
Have it.
Don't have it.
Actually, Bernie wouldn't be able to make me a knowledge history check on this one.
Unfortunately, both my knowledge local and knowledge nobility would not work, because my knowledge local probably really only applies to Milhethelus. I spent some time
Or
in the town
make
of
me a
Balrog, but
straight intelligence check.
Watch locals more.
Anyone
likely
but
to make
Bernie.
barbarians.
I believe.
Anyone but... Okay.
No idea.
Great intelligence check, you said?
Yes.
18 on the rock.
There you go.
Ooh. Ooh. Alabaster can't make it either because he wasn't there.
Okay. You said everyone
Knox
party.
And Aewen, you two remember going down in when you guys handed the stone over to the king and he took you down into the necromantic laboratory. He told you the story about his wife. She was able to get into the tower and do the go through the process to become a lich, but she wasn't able to get back out because the tower no longer recognized her as a Morton. So you do believe that it has something to do with bloodlines.
If I legally change my last name, how long does that take?
You'd have to have a
Would
blood
that change
transfusion
your
from
blood?
Morton.
I know, I'm kidding.
We don't have any Morton
It's the DMV link here.
bloodline people to get us in or out, so I'd say that's off the table. There's no way in or out. We just
could
gotta
kidnap
get people
someone.
out.
Does
Yeah.
the king have a son or daughter?
King is not a Morton. Oh,
The lich is.
the Lich.
Do they have a child?
We don't know.
Not that you guys have seen, no.
We've never seen one.
Well, to me, it seems like our best bet is try to run an evacuation process sped up, and then when the tower goes down, make a mad dash for Linden.
You guys know that the tower is coming back to the prime material at some point or another.
And when it does, we'll be there. But should we fail, we still need to get everyone out of the city. We gotta go talk to the king. He's the only one who can do it.
I've got some contacts in Undercity. Well, not Undercity, the Monster Quarter, I guess. I could try to talk with my people there.
You have spent a lot of time doing good deeds in the Monster Quarter. That is true.
Maybe if we work at it from both ends, we might be able to get some minor cooperation from people.
You guys have made
Sam
a
has them
fair
pull in the
number of
gnome quarter
contacts
as well.
throughout the city. You may be able to call on. Now you just have to remember them. And I think that's a great time to end it.
Oh no, our kryptonite.
We'll need some time.
I don't remember
to
shit.
Figure it out anyway, yeah.
I remember. I know some people.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the new people that we had tonight. It does look like you guys are gone by this point. But you know,
That's
if you
all
end
right.
up watching the video later, thank you for that. And I hope you guys join us for our Tuesday night game. Perhaps, perhaps not. But yeah, we are nearing the end, and I think we are going to have a conversation offline about how exactly we want to handle it. But for right now, good night, everybody. Thank you for
everyone.
joining us.
See ya.
Farewell
Whoops, wrong button.
all.